Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It's TVH here from Gaming Illuminaughty, and the moment you have been waiting for, 10 years in the making, Marvel's Avengers Infinity War is here, and I've seen it. Your boy Ace has seen it. Say what up.
What up, what up, what up?
Get a little bit more enthusiastic, sir. And your boy Flock has seen it. Say what up.
Yo, what up, what up?
Yeah. And we're going to talk that Infinity War, but I'm letting y'all know right now, when we get into this review, this discussion, spoilers are on the table, so if you haven't seen it, pause the video, go see it, then come back, and then, I mean, you could leave a like on the video if you want.
Share it with your friends.
Yeah, share it with your friends, but we talking Infinity War, 10 years in the making. What's the name? We wrote everything down, Jesus Christ. So we're going to start from the beginning. All right, so this movie starts basically where it was the end of Thor Ragnarok, correct, Ace?
Yes, there's the end of Thor Ragnarok, and in the cutscenes, when pretty much all the rest of the Asgards, Guardians and Thor and Loki sit in the ship, and obviously, Thor has become the new quote unquote king, and then afterwards in the cutscene, you see this big, huge ship. And then it cuts off. Now, TBH and I were having a discussion prior to this about whose ship it was. I was saying it was Thanos's, but who did you think it was originally, TBH?
I thought, and like I say, my memory might be wrong. You might be Ace. You might be right, Ace. I thought at the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy, they ran into Thor, and the Guardians were like, "Who the hell?" No, Thor was like, "Who the hell are you?" And he was like, and then they smiled, and it's like, obviously they were the Guardians. But you were saying that was Thanos' ship. Like I said, my memory might be wrong. I don't remember.
Well, you know what? Now that you do mention it, I think we were talking about Thor Ragnarok. At the end of Thor Ragnarok, they see Thanos' ship. At least that's my opinion. I believe it's the big, huge ship, and that's why it takes us to the beginning scene. It sounds like in the beginning scenes when all of the ship was destroyed, the bodies were gone, everything like that. Now, I do think I remember what you were talking about, but I was talking about the end of Thor Ragnarok.
Whatever, bro. Let's get into the fucking movie, all right? So, yeah, it starts off with Thor is talking to... It was actually Thor and Hulk and Loki. They're talking to Thanos. They're upon the ship. Everybody has been destroyed. And, what's the name? He's basically looking for the Tesseract, which was... What's the actual real name for the blue stone? I forgot what the name of the stone was. You remember? Was it the Power Stone?
No, Power's purple.
I don't know. We're just gonna call that bitch the Tesseract. Loki tries to trick him. He's like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I know it's on this ship. He ends up getting it. He beats the Hulk's ass when he pulls up. This opening scene, did y'all feel like it set the tone? What'd you think, Flock?
I hate to see Hulk get beat down, especially that easy. I've known the Hulk to get beat before. I mean, it's plenty of people. Hell, Thor could beat his ass. I seen Zeus beat the shit out of him. So I mean, it can happen. But watching Hulk get beat is kind of like watching Mike Tyson get beat for the first time. You just don't want to see it happen, even though you know it can. But it was just, I just thought like, it just kind of like gave me like a uneasy feel. Like, okay, damn, that was quick. That was easy.
But isn't that kind of the point of the movie? Like, Thanos is pulling up and he won all the smoke, and I feel like I feel like it did a good job of setting the tone. Like, yo, y'all ain't got no hope. We about to beat your ass.
With the Hulk though, I think that should have been saved for a little bit later.
Okay. What was you about to say, Ace?
First of all, take them damn glasses off. Second of all,
I was trying to swag the video up real quick, bro. Stop hating, bro. I can stick to the Nelly sticker if you like.
This guy. It did, to answer your question that you originally asked before, you decided to put your clout goggles on. Yes, it set the tone. We already knew that there was going to be a lot of individuals and heroes and fan favorites dying in this movie, and they started it off by killing a black man. Yeah, I said it. What up, Marvel? Y'all give us Black Panther, the best movie ever, and then you had to kill him, dog, like that. Like, why'd you have to go, my nigga?
Why are you trying to race bait the Infinity War? Fucking liberal.
Deserve it. I'm just, all right, but for real though, nah. He doesn't even play a role in the movie. He helped the Hulk get to where he needed to go, but they set the tone. They said people were gonna die. They said bodies were gonna hit the floor, and they started it off at the beginning of the movie, letting you know Thanos ain't playing.
Right. So after that, like you said, Heimdall, he used the last bit of his energy to send Bruce to Earth, and Bruce show up to the Sanctum Sanctorium or whatever that shit is, butt booty naked.
We forgot he killed Loki.
He did.
Yeah.
He killed Loki.
Yeah, Loki's
and choked that.
How we gonna forget he killed Loki?
Yo, Loki, I don't give a fuck about Loki. Loki dead, whatever. Hold on. Can we say like, yo, I'll apologize ahead of time if we forget any little details. This movie was almost 3 hours long. It was hard to digest everything, remember everything. I might have to see it a second time, bro. It was a lot, but this shit was fire. All right, go ahead, Ace.
Nah, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, they killed Loki, and we literally just got done watching the movie, all of us in our respective places. So we literally just got notes together and said, let's do it. So,
right.
RIP to Loki, though.
Right, so who gives a fuck about him? Anyways, God of Mischief dies. Bruce goes down to Earth. He's butt-ass naked in the Sanctum Sanctorium. He's like, yo, what's good?
Who you think it?
Yeah, he shows up to the Sanctum Sanctorium with nothing but some Timbs on, and Doctor Strange is like, yo, I'm a strange ass nigga, but yo, you looking kind of strange. Why you naked in my house, bro? So what's his name? He was like, yo, I'm Bruce. Like, what's good? Bruce with it. And Doctor Strange is like, what? God. He said, yo, Thanos is pulling up. He's like, who's Thanos? And then it kind of just cuts to that, and you know, he tells him off to the side. What's the name? Do you feel like maybe like it was moving too fast, or like they were trying to just establish characters like right off the rip, or like you feel like they can slow it down?
This is 10 years in the making, fam. I mean, we know who everyone is. They don't need to have no backstories and nothing like that. All we need to know is that shit was going down. Thanos is coming through, and we already knew about Thanos, so it wasn't no reason to continue to build it up. They've been building it up for 10 years.
Right. So when they're in the Sanctum Sanctorium, was it Bruce? He called Tony over for a tea party or something?
No, Doctor Strange used one of his portals when he was in the middle of talking to Pepper about their engagement, and then talking about having a kid or something like that. And then that's when Doctor Strange pulled up.
Yeah, so they end up having a tea
and Tony
party.
has a chest too. I forgot to bring that up. But
Tony has a what?
Like he has the he doesn't have it exactly in his body anymore, I don't believe. But remember, everybody was like, "Oh wow, he has what he had in his chest at the end of Iron Man 3 after he took it out." So
you're talking about his new nano suit.
Yeah,
but you said Tony has a chest. I'm like, he's always had a chest, bro. What are you talking about, bro? But yeah, he's got the new nano suit, which was pretty cool. It was one of the highlights, I think, of the
fire.
Movie.
It looked like a jogger too.
All right, bro.
Fire.
What's the name? So yeah, Tony pulls up to the Sanctum Sanctorium, and he's trying to explain to him about Thanos, and he's like, "What's the timetable?" And everybody's like, "Yo, they pulling up now." And like, I swear to God, we was like 10 minutes into the movie, and that bitch just turned the fuck up. We get into our first major fight scene in New York City. Thanos' children pop up on Earth, and they're there to get the Time Stone from Doctor Strange. How'd you feel about the fight, Falak, in New York City?
It got kind of nice. It got kind of interesting right around that part, and they didn't waste a lot of time. So I thought that was pretty good. I mean, at first, like it was different parts of the movie where the pacing was just kind of off to me. But this was definitely like one of them times. It was like, all right, we about to get to it, man. Let's get some action going. So I thought it was pretty cool.
What about you, Ace?
Got right into it. I mean, the first battle, we got to see appearances by Spider-Man, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Bruce Banner, and the Hulk were fighting each other, and Bruce Banner couldn't even turn into the Hulk anymore. And they kind of explained that more and during Thor Ragnarok. So it was kind of interesting to see that theory. And then they got to it. They pulled up. They were like, yo, we want the smoke. What's up? Y'all ain't want this time stone.
What's the name? How'd y'all feel about actual Thanos' children? Did y'all feel like they were powerful? Like they were cool characters? They killed them off a little too soon? Like, did y'all like Thanos' children?
I didn't really care for them, to be honest with you. They didn't really play a role.
They was just there to get killed?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn. Okay. I feel like.
I mean, it was parts of it where I thought like, okay, these dudes that like some of the Marvel characters were like, kind of getting their ass handed to them for, for a minute by them. But I guess it was just to, make it seem like they were more powerful than they really were. I just felt like it was some times where I thought, okay, Doctor Strange, you supposed to have this dude somewhere on the other part of the planet at this point. Because I know what Doctor Strange can do, but it just seemed like he just wasn't doing it at first.
Right. I thought I actually liked this scene too because that was like our first. I thought it was gonna be interesting how the dynamic between Doctor Strange and Tony played out because it's that age old argument of science versus like magic, and like he kept calling him the wizard. I thought the jokes were pretty funny. And then like the peak of the fight, what's the name? Doctor Strange is like kind of getting tangled up, and he's trying to get the time stone from him, but you find out that there's a spell on it, and it like burns people and stuff like that. I thought all of that was cool. I was like, damn. I was like, this joint going 0 to 100. Like, we can't even like we just came from Wakanda. Like, can we have like, you know, can we just go over to Wakanda real quick and just chill out real quick? They got right into the smoke. So I guess the tide of the fight is Doctor Strange gets captured, and then Tony and Spidey try to go after him. Spidey was on the bus.
Right, pulled up.
Yo, that scene was hilarious. Yeah, that scene was hilarious.
Make a distraction. Oh my god, we about to die. Oh, you look at the spaceship.
Right, like the way I thought he was gonna be like, yo, make a distraction, and then he was like, all right, I got it. Give me a second. He said, yo, make a distraction. Oh my god, we're all gonna die. That shit was pretty funny,
he just started yelling.
Yeah, that kid's a natural. Shout out to him. He was pretty funny. Yeah, so Spidey comes out the bus to help out Tony. They see that Doctor Strange got captured, so they try to chase after the spaceship. And both of them end up in space. We see Spidey with his new Iron Spidey suit for the first time, which I was actually surprised because I thought from the trailers that it was just going to kind of be like a tech looking suit, but they actually made it look like the comic books with the little spider arms and stuff like that. Did y'all?
That was lit.
Yeah, did you like the new suit, Flock?
Hey, absolutely, definitely did.
Bet. So they on the spaceship, you know. Doctor Strange is, you know, getting, you know, a little bit of tortured, you know,
torture treatment, you know.
Just, you know, a couple needles to the face,
needles to the face, you know what I'm saying? One to the throat.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Spidey wasn't supposed to be up there, which I thought was funny, but he managed to sneak his tail up right there, and then after that it cuts to another scene. Which how did y'all feel about that? The cuts, did y'all feel like they were cutting to other scenes too much, or did you like the actual flow of the movie? What do you think, Flot?
This was like when y'all touched on that earlier. I kind of wanted to say this for towards the end, but I felt like it's so many people. It was like so many people in the movie that you just had to keep it moving to kind of keep the flow of the movie going. I just felt like I don't want to say that I didn't like seeing all these people in there, but it was just so much ground to cover. It's just, to me, it felt like they tried to fit 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. You know, it was just trying to get everything in it. It was just trying to get everybody they part in there, and it was just like there was a lot of questions I didn't get answered in certain parts because they were just trying to go back and forth.
It kind of felt like they didn't want to treat anybody like a B tier character. It kind of felt like they wanted to give everybody their moment in the sun, so it felt like they were just kind of cramming a little too much on the screen, but it for the most part I thought it worked. But yeah, what did you think about the pacing, Ace?
I like the pacing, actually. I mean, like Flock said, though, just kind of piggyback off of that, I mean, you had a whole bunch of people in it. I mean, if you see the Marvel movie poster, you literally have almost everybody in it, so they had to keep it pushing and going back and forth. And I mean, there's a lot of things going on at once in your childish TV age. And there's a lot of things going on at once, and it just makes sense. I mean, you got all these things going on at one another time. So I enjoyed it. I had no problem with it. And I was able to follow it for the most part.
Okay. Yeah, so just a little bit about the pacing. So yeah, after the Spidey and Tony go up into space, it cuts to the scene with Vision and Scarlet Witch. They are booed up in Scotland. And they're hiding. Hold on, can we talk about that? Flock, how you feel about Scarlet Witch fucking a robot? We always make fun of Krillin for fucking a robot. How you feel about that? The tables are turned.
I mean, he was in his human form though, right?
Yeah, but I just feel like maybe they're trying to push some type of robosexual agenda in Hollywood. Like, what'd you think, Ace? What'd you think? Let's talk about the identity politics.
I'm a fan of Scarlet Witch, so I can't say nothing bad about Scarlet, because Scarlet Witch is always one of my favorite Marvel characters, man. It's like highly underrated, but super powerful. A lot of people don't know that. Y'all will find out.
Yeah, right. She definitely got to buff this movie. What was you about to say?
Yeah, I'm just saying, Vision was, trying to wine and dine her in Age of Ultron, and then, obviously Civil War happened, and then he was hurt because he She sank him like 50,000 feet down below the earth. But, you know, he ended up winning in the end. So shout out to Vision. Remember, shoot or shoot. Even if you miss, gotta keep shooting your shot. And I see you, Vision. I see you.
Yeah, we know you live by that.
We know what I'm about to say. If anybody knows, it's you. Dang, dang.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
You walked right into that one, dog. Sorry.
We ain't gonna say no names though. What's the name? So yeah, they in Scotland. They boot up. You know, it's raining. They walking down the street doing what Scottish people do. I don't know, like hang out with sheep or something. And then
God.
I don't know what Scottish people do. They like they was gonna look for kilts or something.
That's Ireland, nigga.
Ain't that the same shit?
Just move on.
But yeah, just let's keep.
I'm American, bro. I don't know nothing, bro. I don't know nothing. Anyways, yeah. So they walking down the street in Scotland, and then Thanos' children pull up, and they was like, "Yo, we need to stone out your forehead." And he was like, "No." So him, Scarlet, and the Thanos' children, they get into a fight. Honestly, they're getting their ass beat. Scarlet Witch, she definitely did her thing for the lady. Shout out to her. She was holding it down. First of all, can we talk? Why is Vision such a bitch? What do you think, Ace?
Bro, I don't know. Like, I felt like he was actually the one that should have been OP, and I feel like he got a debuff. Like, he just getting his ass.
Yeah, he definitely got toned down because
like completely.
He's definitely better because when you seen him going up against Ultron, you kind of seen what he could do, but in this one, it just seemed like they just had his number or something, man. I don't know.
It made him more human than anything.
But then again, you know what they say, the power of the P. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, he been booed up.
You know.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny that somebody who's got an Infinity Stone in his head fought like he had kidney stones, but whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
oh my god.
He was getting done like
everything like that, man.
Whatever, bro. So yeah, the children pull up. They're fighting. They're pretty much getting their ass beat. Scarlet is holding it down. And then they got their back against the wall. And then that's when the B Squad pulls up. Captain America.
Falcon is not the B Squad. Well,
listen. I support my brothers, but that man is B Squad. Ace.
Yeah, he's
Shut
definitely
up.
B Squad.
Shut up.
Hey man, he Papa Doc, fam, Papa Doc.
That man is. What's the difference between him and like a regular mob boss with some pistols? He just got some wings, bro. The man flying around shooting pistols. Oh my god,
can you do that then?
Little pea shooter, bro. I don't need to fly. I can just shoot the damn pistol on the ground. It's the same effect. Anyways, that man walks around with the same goggles I got on my face right now with some wings, just shooting little pea shooters.
Oh my god!
So yeah, the B team pulls up. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. What is her name?
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Nerd.
I don't care about her.
If you say that because she's blonde now?
No, I just never really cared for her. I don't really like. She's a Russian spy. Like, exactly. It's not that
sexy though.
It's not that interesting. You heard that here from Flock. So yeah, they pull up. They save the day. Now that I think about it, I find this scene pretty interesting because Vision and Scarlet are both two very magical characters, and they couldn't handle Thanos' children. But the B team pulls up, and they just throw hands and somehow handle them.
Captain America's not a B team tier person, fam. Come on, that's why.
And in the otaku community, that's what we call anime armor plot. That's where they just, there's favoritism, so they just, give them a little boost. Because if we think about it, the Scarlet Witch could take Captain America, fucking the Russian chick, and Falcon Boy by herself. Like what?
That.
Falcon Boy.
They came up and just started throwing hands, and they won. But whatever, we're just gonna suspend disbelief. It's a superhero movie, so yeah, they saved the day. They're like, "Yo, Vision needs some help.
Need some milk."
Some milk. Oh, what the hell?
He did need some milk.
Yeah,
some milk after that ass whooping.
After that fight, so they take him to Rhodey to get him fixed up after he got stabbed the fuck up. I think. Yeah,
he said, "Let's go home."
We haven't seen Rhodey since like what, Iron Man 3, I think.
No,
he was in
Civil War. How you think he ended up like that?
Oh yeah, he was the Iron Patriot or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember he
because of Vision. That's the reason why he
Vision accidentally shot him down.
Yeah, I forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie. All I know is my man who's playing Rhodey. He was looking real hungry.
Shields.
Yeah, Don Cheadle was looking like 5 cents a day, boy. You can save
Like
Rhodey, bro.
they was looking fresh out of Hotel Rwanda.
right. Like he just saved Hotel Rwanda, boy. He was just stressed the fuck out.
Hotel Rwanda.
Oh my god, that man needed that suit for Hotel Rwanda, man.
Oh my, yo, chill.
Yo, what's crazy too is like I don't want to make a joke about genocide, but
don't.
Hotel Rwanda was about genocide, and so is this movie, bro. Yo, this nigga's in all the genocide movies, bro.
It really was.
Yo,
I do not condone this.
This man's a genocide actor. Anyways, they pull up a road and he looking tired, he looking hungry. He's talking to the feds. He's talking to the feds at the moment, and they're trying to tell him what to do. And basically, he just gets him off the comms. He's like, "Shut up, United States
Like he don't
government."
arrest them. Like really?
Yeah, I mean, shit. It was all for show. He was just like, "Shut up, United States government." And then he was like, "I got a guy that can
colonizer.
fix vision. I got a guy who can fix vision." And then it cuts to another scene where they go to Wakanda. They start playing the "Bole Bole Bole" music, and you get a picture like the Panther and Wakanda and the land. And
people was clapping in the theaters when they cut it.
You too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The whole theater clapped when that first Wakanda scene came on, and that shit threw me off. It was mostly white people in the theater. I'm like, wow, y'all really love the Black Panther. Yeah, I'm still scared of black folks though. Whatever.
Oh my god! Come on.
Y'all just like the superhero. Y'all don't like the real thing. Whatever.
Anyways, we still got a long list.
Real thing will fuck your bitch. Anyways,
This guy's wilding out tonight.
Bro, come on, the review. What the hell?
I had some juice in the movies earlier, so you got a little sugar in my system. I ain't sweet though. Don't you know what I'm saying? I ain't sweet.
Oh, bro, come on. So what happens next?
All right.
Come on, bro. Stay focused.
All right. So we get back into space. It cuts to another scene. This kind of goes back, like, if you haven't seen the movie and you're just spoiling it for yourself, listen to our conversation. This movie was just cutting all over the place. It cuts to another scene. That Wakanda scene I just described, it happened very quickly. It cuts back to space, and the Guardians meet Thor. And he was like just floating in space, and then he opens his eye on the windshield when he hits the Guardian spaceship. He explains to him his situation and how sad he is and how he needs help to stop Thanos because Thanos is out here wilding. Did y'all find this interaction between Ace? Did you find the interaction between Guardians and Thor to be interesting?
I mean, yeah, they tried to do the same thing with Thor, like keep him kind of like in a funny kind of like, I mean, even though he just, suffered devastating loss with Loki actually dying this time and not coming back. They tried to keep it to where it was from Thor Ragnarok, where he kept him funny, tried to keep him comedic. It was kind of funny, the dialogue between Peter Quill and Thor, because he felt like, wow, a god is trying to pull up on my woman. And then he tries to go and like deepen his voice and everything like that, Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
That was funny.
I like how they kept calling he kept calling Rocket Raccoon the sweet rabbit. That was pretty funny. Yeah. And they always call him the trash panda too. They never get that man right.
Oh my god,
doing that man dirty. That's what raccoons are. They're trash pandas. So he meets them. He's all sad. They end up breaking into groups and they go on separate missions. One group went to go see the collectors and try to stop Thanos from getting the Reality Stone, and then the other group, this guy. Let's not talk about shitty fighting games that didn't even.
I mean, that's how the game was. That's how the movie was with the goddamn Infinity Stones. The same exact way. They're all OP as fuck.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite didn't make it into Evo. It sucks. Yeah, I bet you they wish they had that Reality Stone so we can get in the tournament. Anyways, so one team goes to the Collector to get the Reality Stone, and the other team, which was Thor, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot, they go see the world's tallest midget to create a new hammer/axe for Thor that's powered by a star, I guess. Which I guess is more powerful than all 6 Infinity Stones. I didn't understand that part. Maybe we can talk about that. I don't know. Did y'all find that to be a plot hole? Did y'all find that to be confusing?
I thought it was very interesting. I don't remember anything particular in the comics where they talked about this one thing, the strongest material or whatnot, that you can be able to go through the Infinity Gauntlet and also kill Thanos. I'm just kind of surprised by it. I'm like, okay, is this going to be their ace in the hole? Like, this is what they're going to use to be able to, quote unquote, kill him off? But whatever.
I'm just glad they finally gave Thor his props, yo, because a lot of people sleep on him. They just think he's just a, weird talking big dude that can fly and kind of strong.
Right. Thor's actually fighter.
Thor could whoop some ass, yo. He actually proved that in this one. So yeah, I was glad to see that. And then also the Guardians of the Galaxy, I was never really a big fan of. I think I watched a little bit of the first movie, but didn't see the second one.
Second one was much better.
Yeah, I got to check that out. But I just wasn't a big fan of them. But I do think that they were like the comic relief of the movie, and it was kind of interesting. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, the part they went Drax was kind of funny. Shout out to
Batista.
Yeah, shout out to Batista.
What's the name? Yeah, I agree with you. They finally gave Thor a little bit more shine, showed that he was really powerful. Although they showed he was really powerful in Ragnarok too.
Yeah, exactly. That's when he got his first shine, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, they continue to show how powerful he truly is, and I mean, just ask your boy Kratos.
Oh, did you spoil something for?
No, it's in the beginning. It's in the beginning of the game that he's in there. I haven't beaten the game, so I don't know what happens in the end. But it's in the beginning that what's the name? Thor's in the game. It takes place in fucking with Odin and all them motherfuckers. Anyway,
Norse mythology.
Yeah, Norse mythology. Yeah, whatever that European shit is. Anyways, so yeah, while they're over there, while he's taking a star to the chest, like Super Mario, what's the name? Some of the Guardians are over at the Collector's house. We find out it looks when they show up, it looks like well, actually, hold up. Before they actually got to the Collector's house, Gamora. I know you really wanted to go over this little detail. Gamora begs Star-Lord to please kill her because she holds a very near secret. Well, why was this scene so important to you, Ace?
Well, it just plays a role into everything with Thanos and then with Quill, and the fact that Gamora knew something that Thanos didn't know at first until he tortures Nebula, but she promised she wanted Quill to kill her if Thor got a hold of her any type of way. But Thanos was obviously gonna try to take some information from Gamora because she knew where the Soul Stone was, which we all was wondering where it was ourselves prior to this movie coming out, because we already knew where all the other stones were, but we didn't know where that Soul Stone.
Am I the only one that was disappointed that the Soul Stone was like in some random space planet?
Yeah. There was no really backstory behind it. Really, we kind of get it in this movie.
Yeah, I wanted the Soul Stone to be in Wakanda because I thought that would have been like a little double entendre. That would have been funny. Like, it's the Soul Stone that controls people's souls, and it's also in the blackest country in the world where there's the most soul. That shit would have been like, just a little something. But we can't get nothing because they kill Heimerdinger at the beginning anyway. So whatever. Yeah. So they show up to the Collector. When they first show up, Thanos is pressing the Collector for the stone. It looks like something real's going on. They come up with a plan to attack. They break the plan. They attack. They find out. Gamora pulls up on Thanos, easily kills him, and then she finds out that it was all fake. He had already had the Reality Stone, and he created another reality to trick them into thinking that his guard was let down. That's the first time we really got to look at the powers. Did y'all think that was cool how he was using the Reality Stone to kind of finesse them?
Mm-hmm. I thought it was dope. I thought it was real dope. We got to see each individual stone being used to his
that wasn't just used for combat. It was actually
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it was all dope.
In combat. Yeah, it was actually used for what it's meant to be used for instead of just right there when he's fighting.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So that was good. That was real good.
Right. After that, freaking let's see, Gamora. He takes Gamora away, right?
Yeah, he takes Gamora away because he gets faced in a position where he's like, "Go ahead, you know what to do." Like, he knew that he was gonna go for it. So Thanos used the Reality Stone on Drax, on Mantis, and then uses it on Quill's gun. And instead of bullets, it was bubbles. And he was like, "I like you." And then he takes Gamora away.
That scene was so whack because they're just trying so hard to force that freaking interspecies mingling and shit. Like, it's just the liberal agenda going on in Hollywood. They're trying to make Peter Quill made up with a green alien. I just don't really like the way they're trying to first. It was like the robo politics. Now we got Bro, she's not human. Did you not notice?
Yeah, but he's only half human himself, bro, and he's been in space the entire time thanks to old blue boy that's dead in Thor Ragnarok.
If you have black, you black. So if you have human, you human.
Bro, what does that have to do with this review?
Everything.
If that's what you see all day, every day, eventually, I guess it'll.
He's used to it, bro. He's always
eventually it'll start to look good to you.
When he was a kid, he was on Earth. But when he became a teenager going into being a man, he was in space the entire time.
I just don't find them goddamn aliens to be sexual creatures, okay? Shit's just,
all right.
not right.
Move on.
Shit's not for the GOP.
Move on. Bro, it's too late to do.
I'm joking. All right. So yeah, anyways, so rescue mission, it cuts back to the scene of Spidey and Tony on the ship with Doctor Strange, who's getting tortured by one of Thanos' kids. They come up with a rescue mission. Tony's like, you got any ideas? And Spidey was like, yeah, you ever seen that old movie called Alien? He was like, sure. All right, so Tony pulls up. He starts talking to one of the Thanos kid that was torturing him. Thanos kid was like, I'm gonna kill you. And he was like, no, you're not. Psych, finesse. And they blow a hole through the ship. And then one of Thanos kids goes flying out of the ship. Did you find the scene to be entertaining? Flock, my bad.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, they had a little plan. It was, it was just what it was, man. It was just once again, it was just one of those scenes that kind of, just trying to get you through to the next scene. That's just what it felt like to me.
You feel like they used a pop culture reference to get rid of Thanos kid for jokes, or you think that was lazy writing and then they just quote unquote paid homage?
I think it was a little bit of both, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I think it was a little bit of both. Yeah, I think it was a little bit of lazy writing, because I mean, it's like, okay, you couldn't beat them on the ground. Now you out there in their element and you can beat them that easily. It was kind of like, come on.
Right. So yeah, old boy gets sent into space. After he gets sent into space, they have a whole discussion about what needs to be accomplished next. What's the name? Then it cuts back to, what was it? Thor is taking the star to the chest, which I said earlier, like Super Mario. They're trying to build that hammer. They're discussing that whole thing. I don't know. I didn't really find that portion of the movie to be very interesting when he was talking to the world's tallest midget. I'm not gonna lie, that was probably the one part of the movie where I was like, can we fast forward through this, the whole making the hammer stuff? I felt like that little section lasted a little bit too long. Maybe if they would have gave Rocket Raccoon some extra jokes, maybe it would have been all right. But that scene was just a little bit too serious in comparison to other scenes. What do you think, Ace?
I mean, it was a serious movie. I mean, let the bodies hit the floor.
Was it a serious movie? Yeah,
absolutely. It was.
The overarching plot was very serious, but don't get it twisted, y'all. This is a very Marvel movie. There was jokes flying left and right, bro.
I mean, there was definitely jokes flying left and right.
For the end of the world, it was a lot of jokes, bro.
Because I mean, even at the end of the movie, they wanted you to be in a state of shock. They wanted you to be in your feelings. Like, they wanted you to be in some type of way. That's why they set the tone beginning in the movie with killing off a black man. Just saying. And by the way, I don't think Ebony Maw, who was torturing Doctor Strange, is Thanos' kid. But I don't believe so.
What was he?
I think he's just like one of his. He's part of the Black Order.
All right, he's a slave. All right. So yeah, whatever he said. Anyways. So back to the movie. Yeah. What were we talking about? I totally lost plot because
Spidey and Tony. And so pretty much they saved Doctor Strange, and then after Doctor Strange and Iron Man go at it with each other, which is kind of funny in itself because they're both assholes. They really are. They're conceited. They're narcissistic. They think about themselves the entire time. They go at it, and then after they figure out a quote unquote plan, they head over to Titan, and then that's when we go back to.
They're talking about Doctor Strange.
They talked about going back to Earth and stuff like that. And then Tony Stark was like, let's take the fight to him because he won't expect it.
Right.
Stuff like
Did
that.
you just call Doctor Strange narcissistic though?
Yeah, he was.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, he talked about himself all the time.
But he didn't. Did you? I'm talking about Doctor Strange, the movie. You realize he didn't get his powers until he let go of all that ego.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just think it was funny because somebody that is still narcissistic like Tony, and somebody that was previously narcissistic in Doctor Strange, actually having a conversation with each other, but still butting heads because they're still both assholes at the end of the day. I mean, you had Doctor Strange even say before he reneged on it that if it comes down to you, the kid, and the time stone, I'm gonna let both of you guys die to protect the time stone.
I don't think that had anything to do with
I don't think that's narcissistic though. I just think that's just being about their business.
All it is I just think that it's funny that a narcissistic character like Tony Stark and a former narcissistic character, since y'all want to be technical, Doctor Strange, go at it and have dialogue and still can't agree with each other.
I think you're digging too deep.
But they did eventually ended up agreeing with each other when they said, "Let's take the fight to him."
Yeah. I think a better comparison and what the point you're trying to get across, Ace, is I think what you were looking at was like I would compare it to Mass Effect actually. Freaking Tony would have been the Paragon, and then Doctor Strange would have been the Renegade because he was like fuck. They both had the same goal, but Doctor Strange was like fuck you if I have to. Like I'm just trying to accomplish the mission, if you know what I'm saying.
Right, he was just about to do.
R.I.P. to Paragon though. Today
did I say Paragon?
Yes, you did.
I meant Mass Effect. My bad. Mass Effect. My bad.
R.I.P. to Paragon.
Yo, it's 3 in the morning,
dog. I wouldn't.
Fuck everybody, bro. Fuck everybody. It's 3 in the morning.
It's late, dog.
Anyways, my bad. I meant Mass Effect. So yeah, they get into that, and then they finally go to Titan, right?
Yeah, and then link up with the Guardians of the Galaxy. They fight each other.
Yeah. I found this fight to actually be interesting between the Guardians and the Avengers, just because I feel like they gave they were trying too hard. They were trying too hard to give everybody their moment in the sun. I feel like they gave Star-Lord a nice little boost. He over here beating up Spider-Man and Iron Man. All right, bro.
He really wasn't gonna beat him up though. That's the thing. Like he had
Star-Lord is a bootleg Iron Man. He can fly around but has none of the armor, bro. Like
you really think if he would have pulled that trigger against Spider-Man couldn't have took him out? Come on, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like that was a very lopsided fight. It should have been Spidey and Iron tearing them the fuck up. But for some reason, Star-Lord got another nice little boost from good old MCU. I don't know what happened there, but it ends up becoming a stalemate. And they all end up becoming friends, and they're like, yeah, you guys know Thanos? And they was like, yeah, we know Thanos. And he was like, yeah, we was fighting him. He was like, we was fighting him too. Oh, we should be friends. So then
it was like, yeah, this dude Thor told us about it, like, you know Thor? Like,
right.
Yeah, we know Thor. Like,
and they pieced it all together.
And it was like, who are you? We're the Avengers. Oh, you're the Avengers. You're the one Thor told us. You know, yeah, it's like
maybe I'm nitpicking. Did anybody notice that when they were on Titan that nobody was wearing helmets? Like, how are they breathing in space?
Yeah, I think it's because the atmosphere is maybe similar to Earth. And
okay, we'll suspend. We're gonna say suspend disbelief. Okay. So yeah, they start planning out because they know Thanos is pulling up how they're gonna attack. At this point, while they're talking, Tony is being super serious. The Guardians are not listening because they're all stupid. Doctor Strange is in the corner spazzing out.
Right.
Yeah, and when they're like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with your neck?" And they was like, he came back and he's like, "So I went forward in time and I looked, and he looked at over 14 million possibilities." He said of a fight with Thanos, and Tony's was like, "Well, how many times did we win?" And he said only one. So they got a 1 in 14 million chance of defeating Thanos if he gets all the stones. I think that's when it kind of hit the plot, and it was like, yo, this is some serious shit. Like,
yeah.
So what are we gonna do here? So I don't know, that they never revealed what was the one thing that they had to do, right?
No. The one thing they had to do is what happened at the end of the movie. He knew that he had to give him the time stone.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah. I mean, it's a theory. You know, some people. You know, there's going to be a whole bunch of discussions about it. But at the end of the day, I believe that's really what it was. He said that. Doctor Strange said it. I had to do it. I had to.
Right. So yeah, what's the name? They're on Titan. Was it at this point that Thanos and Gamora are torturing old girl? Yeah, so they got the sister on the ship of Gamora, the other daughter, the blue chick, the Smurf.
Nebula.
The Smurf. And there was like, so Thanos is like, I'm disappointed in you. I know you've been lying to me. And she's like, I don't know where the Soul Stone is. Blah 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 blah. They go see the Smurf. and they reveal in the Smurf's brain that Gamora told her. I'm gonna imagine this happened somewhere in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like because I remember they rescued her at some point in that movie. She told her, like, in that cave, that she knew where the Soul Stone was, and she burned the map. So Thanos knew that she knew where it was exactly. So she knew she was lying. They leave her kind of suspended in the air, and then they end up going to, what was the name of the planet where the Soul Stone was?
I have no idea. Vermeer or something like that.
Old Mirror or something like that.
Yeah, Vermeer or something like that.
Yeah, it was
a
like,
lot of places.
It was like this like purple planet. We're gonna call it Codeine Planet.
Oh my god.
What's the name? So yeah, they went to the Codeine Zone, and when they pulled up, it was super icy. And this was actually a plot twist for me right here. I was happily surprised right here. They pull up, and like this kind of Grim Reaper shadowy character is there. And he was like, yo, you're here for the Soul Stone? And Thanos is like, you know it. And he was like, who are you? And he was like, I be here all the time looking at people who be looking at the Soul Stone. And Thanos is like, okay, so who are you? And he reveals who he is, and it turns out it's our man, the Red Skull. Did this surprise y'all?
Yeah,
it surprised the hell out of me.
I was shocked. I was definitely shocked on that one.
Wasn't expecting that.
It has been a long theory in the MCU that Red Skull had never died, and they finally confirmed it, because in Captain America 1, when he got blown off the ship, it just kind of panned away. They never really said whether or not he died, so we found out he did survive. He had just been sitting in the Codeine Zone trying to figure out how to use the Soul Stone, and it turns out he could never figure it out, which was confusing to me, so why just continue to sit there?
Well, he got cursed, and he was cursed.
Yeah,
he had cursed to be able to present it, so he had to keep presenting it to people that he felt that was going to fail.
So because do you feel like he's going to play a bigger role in the MCU in a later movie?
No,
or they're going to just keep him there?
No, he's there. He's stuck there. He's still cursed.
I think he was banished there.
Yeah.
So it's the Shadow Realm. Okay.
Yeah,
he explains to Thanos what he needs to do to get this Soul Stone, and he explains he needs to make a sacrifice. He needs to sacrifice the one that he loves the most. And Gamora's laughing, "Oh, you don't love anything, you're evil." And Thanos is like, "Bitch,
I love you."
Little do I know, Star-Lord ain't the only one that loves you, baby girl. So he pushes her off the cliff. He sheds some crocodile tears, and he gets the Soul Stone.
That death sucked.
Hold on. Do you really think she's dead?
Yes,
I do.
She's dead.
It had to.
So she's not going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy. We already know it's coming.
She had to.
She had to die.
Because he told us a soul for a soul. So how did he end up with the Soul Stone? If well,
let me rephrase it. You know how they always bring back characters in the.
Well, she's dead.
I'm saying you think there's
now, right?
Yeah, she's dead.
For now,
as of now, yes. As of now, yes. Because that was the only way he could have gotten it. So
right.
Right. Yes.
And that's when he really pulled up. He said, "I got the Soul Stone. Y'all want to smoke? What's up? Y'all ain't gonna stop me."
Right. So yeah, he's got that Soul Stone.
That's the fourth one.
Yeah. So after that, that's when it cuts back to Wakanda, and that's when the movie really starts to turn up. Was it Thanos' children show up, and they're trying to take Wakanda. They're trying to get Vision, because Shuri's also in the movie. She's trying to fix Vision. She basically calls everybody in the Avengers stupid when she explains how to do the brain surgery.
We proved that.
She called Bruce stupid, basically. When Bruce is one of the smartest characters, because she figured it out easily. So she's trying to fix Vision. And while that's happening, they're fighting off Thanos' children who are trying to invade Wakanda. What's her name? I thought the scene was really good. It kind of made the hairs on my arm stand up, like when he was shouting all that all that shit, all the African shit that he do. And they was like hitting their spears on the ground and shit like that. They was like, he's basically saying like stand his ground in Swahili or some shit like that. I don't know what y'all think about that,
bruh. This guy, go ahead, Flock.
I would have liked this part right here. Like, I would have liked to see Tony Stark and Shuri have some type of dialogue with each other. I thought we were gonna see that. I thought we were gonna see that in this, in this movie, and it didn't happen. So that part, it's unfortunate. I was a little disappointed in that. I mean, it was kind of cool, to listen to, her like, well, why did you do this? And Bruce Banner like, I didn't think to do it. Basically, like, I don't know. She was like, oh, so basically you're a dumbass. Okay, all right. Well, this is what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
I'm going to fix this and all of that other stuff. So I definitely want to see some dialogue between Shuri and Iron Man, because I think that would have made for some interesting stuff, because they both pretty quick with it. So.
Oh, my bad too. And right before the actual fight broke out, we get reintroduced back to Bucky. T'Challa pulls
White
up.
Wolf.
Yeah, he pulls up to White Wolf with the vibranium arm. He gives him the upgrade, and Bucky looks at him like, "So where's the fight?" And he's like, "Right here." Do you feel like Bucky is like reluctant to fight for Wakanda, or he's loyal because they fixed the brainwashing? Like, you think he was cool with it? Because
He's definitely loyal.
he was very nonchalant about the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was like,
Loyal.
he's been resting long enough. It's time.
True. I just
He definitely got to be loyal because you got to remember, like, they put the hit
The block was
out on
hot.
his pops. On his pops, and he pretty much forgave him, you know what I'm saying, for it. So he's like, I could have let you die, dude. So
okay. So yeah, they fighting. We should like. I really enjoyed this scene because they showing the power of Wakanda, showing the power of vibranium. If you notice, they never really actually broke through the barrier. He let them through. Some were kind of getting through it, but they couldn't, as a whole, break the barrier. But T'Challa had noticed that some were starting to flank, so he was like, I want them to focus coming through the hole. So he ends up opening a hole in the actual barrier, a very small one, and he funnels them, and a fight breaks out. And that scene was really dope when we saw a Cap and Black Panther running up to the front, super speed, just throwing hands. That was really cool. I thought the highlight of the fight was what's the general's name?
Okoye.
Yeah, and the Scarlet Witch, when they were struggling, she came out the cut and just destroyed everybody.
She was supposed to be up there guarding
Vision.
Why wasn't you up there in the front?
Once Shuri got what she needed to get done, she was supposed to destroy the stone, but she seen shit was getting kind of hairy out there, so she went out there and deal with what the Scarlet Witch can do. And that, like I said, like you said earlier, they finally like showed what Scarlet Witch could do, because everything has been kind of like minuscule, like in the past few movies, like they get little hints and traces of it, but Scarlet Witch could fuck everybody up, bro. Like, read House of M. You'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they showed that, and that's when you heard Okoye like, yo, why was she up there all this time? Like, came out here and did this with a breeze.
Fucking why didn't I love the part where Bucky picked up the sweet rabbit and they were shooting, doing the little spins and stuff. It was just cool. Like I said, it's been 10 years in the making, and it was just cool to see all these characters coming together, fighting and stuff. Did you guys notice the little feminism scene when old girl was her back against the wall against Thanos' kid? Was it Scarlet Witch? She was getting her shit beat, and then she's like, "You're about to die. You're alone." And then Black Widow and you're not alone. Girl power. I thought that was great, bro. I was like, hell yeah. Shout out to the queens, though. Shout out to the queens. So once again, Marvel out here promoting diversity. That's always a positive thing. Except for the alien sex, we got to talk about that, Stan.
Bruh, stop it! You play Mass Effect. Stop it.
That's alien on alien sex. Okay, that's different.
No, it's not.
It's different. Yes, it is.
Shepard is not an alien. But continue.
You can have sex with the aliens or the humans. I chose the humans.
Okay, we're not gonna have this conversation, TV. It's just not has anything to do with it. Go.
Sex is good, bro. What the fuck? Anyways, all right. So it's just fire, right? So yeah, it cut. Oh wait, after the Wakanda is like kind of in the middle of the fight, it cuts back to the fight on Titan. They finally start beating Thanos' ass, and they're pulling the glove off, and this is where we see the true colors of Star-Lord. Spider-Man and what was it, Tony? They're pulling the glove. Iron Man, they're pulling the glove.
And Doctor Strange got him pinned down, and then Mantis got in
like a sleep state.
He got like a suspended state.
Yeah, and he finds out how he got that Soul Stone, and Star-Lord goes crazy once he realizes that the love of his life was killed, and he's like, "That's not cool." So he totally just abandons the plan, and old girl was controlling him. The Mantis, I think her name was. Yeah. He kept punching Thanos in the head, which made her lose her grip. And then he got enough freed that he just started destroying everybody. I thought this scene was actually really cool. The CG, the way he was bending reality and making like things happen and absorbing different types of attacks.
I think it brought a planet to fucking Iron Man, bruh.
Right.
Said, "Oh, I got you, fam. You thought you get power? That still ain't gonna stop you with a planet." Bruh, that was lit.
But how y'all feel about Star-Lord's decision, period? Because like they could have won the fight right there if they took the glove off.
I would say what you said in the notes, but all I'm gonna say is he's stupid. That's all I'm gonna say. He's stupid.
Like I said earlier about vision, yo, power of the P, boy. It clouds your judgment. It drains your powers away.
Right. It cuts back to the fight in Wakanda. Things are heating up. They got these big ass robots with these blades, and I don't even know what the fuck that shit was. It was just like 100 million people on the floor. That was really cool to see.
It was like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, it was like Dynasty
pretty
Warriors.
much, yeah.
Wakanda.
It was Dynasty Warriors in Wakanda.
Ace made it funny. So yeah, like they're fighting, and then Thor comes out of the cut. He appears out of nowhere. What you did? You make it funny. I was giving you
keep
props.
going.
I was giving you.
We gotta remember through all this stuff that Hulk still ain't the Hulk. He's in the Hulk Buster.
He's fighting him. He's too busy fighting him damn self.
He's in the Hulk Buster.
He's in the Hulk. Yeah, Bruce Banner's in the Hulk Buster suit.
What's the name? So yeah, Thor appears out of nowhere, and he brings Groot and Rocket Raccoon with him. He does the AOE. He does the big lightning attack and just destroys everybody. And then that's when Bruce is like, "Oh, you guys are in trouble. My God friend is here." And yeah, it's just more fighting.
Yeah, people were cheering too, right there too,
because they were like, "Oh, they finally won! Wakanda forever! Let's go!"
Yeah, like I said, it was just nice to see all the different characters that we've seen over the years finally be on the screen all together. I think that's what it is. Like it was like a celebration, really.
It was good to see Thor like
show his true power.
At God tier, like he's supposed to be showcased, because, like I said before, I never thought that he got the now I won't say the screen time, because hell, he's had a couple movies, at least like 3 movies now. But I mean,
well, he hasn't had a solo movie with that new actor though, the one that everybody actually likes. But yeah, Shuri's working on trying to fix the Vision, getting that stone out of his forehead and shit. And things are starting to turn up. They're breaking in. Some of the people break in. They got Shuri fighting. They destroy the guards. Vision falls out of the actual castle, I guess, or whatever in Wakanda, the building, the medical facility, and he starts fighting. He goes off into like a side area in the forest. Bruce tries to help him, but he gets caught up in his own little fight. Vision is fighting his own little fight against one of the Black Order. I think you said you called him Ace.
What'd you say? I didn't hear the last part.
I said you called him the Black Order. It wasn't that wasn't.
Oh yeah, I like Ebony Maw. I believe was part of the Black Order. And
I'm talking about the person Vision was fighting in the side of the forest.
Oh no, that was his kid. I think that was his. I think that was his kid.
We're all Thanos children. I'm
not.
Nope. Come on, man. Just just a little
embrace
fun.
it.
Yeah, embrace it.
Embrace the hate.
not too much. We know what happens. So yeah, Vision is fighting him. He's breaking his rules. He wasn't supposed to be fighting or whatever. He's on the edge. He's about to get destroyed by old boy, and then I think Cap saves him.
Captain America. Yeah,
Cap saves him. Once again, Cap gets another buff. He's doing all this amazing shit that I don't know. I don't.
Cap his props, man.
I'm not Captain America.
Captain America is props, man. I'm a Captain America fan, yo. Like,
this nigga's a kung fu master with fucking Star Spangled spandex, bro. I don't want to see that shit, bro.
Hey, let me ask y'all this though. What did you think about his new shield? Because remember when T'Challa was like, "Get the man his shield."
Get that man a shield. I just thought Cap's whole look this time around, it was like super edgy. I kind of like that. The new shields were like whatever.
I didn't like the shield. I like the old shield better.
I find it interesting that he fought with 2 shields. They weren't even like shields. They were like daggers.
They were like half. Yeah, they were like half shields that just covered his forearm.
I think, like I said, I think it was supposed to go with his new edgy look. He had the beard or whatever, so
But that was Cap's personality, yo. He could throw that shield, man, and pop, 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 hit like 4 people, and it comes back to him. I mean, you didn't see any of that.
He also had wings on his head, and he doesn't have that anymore either. Do you miss that?
No, I don't miss that shit, but
yeah. So what's the name? Cap ends up saving him. Once again, Thor is fighting big dude, but at the same time, not Thor. Fucking Bruce. He's fighting his inner demons at the same time. The Hulk is only half coming out. He's asking for help. Then it turns out he doesn't need him. He ends up beating old boy with the Hulk Buster still. Then it cuts back to the fighting again with Vision, Cap, and old boy. Vision stabs him in the back. And all is great until Thanos pulls up. And this is the final scene. So Thanos pulls up. It's like, bitch, I got most of stones. I got them all. So he just
activated all the motherfuckers, like, bro, Reality Stone, fucking Soul Stone, all of them. Like, it was nothing, bro. Like, he was just walking.
This man was a walking game genie. So
right.
he was a walking GTA 5 code.
Hold on, did we forget something before this last part? About no,
What?
but with Thanos and you
talking about Thanos and Gamora. He kills Gamora.
No. Thanos and Iron Man and Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You got it. Go ahead.
Oh well, basically, right before that happened, before he pulled up to Wakanda, right before that all happened, let me see. Thanos corners Doctor Strange. Actually, had Tony Stark. He had Iron Man beat down, stabs him. You know what I'm saying? Pierces his arm and everything. And then Doctor Strange basically tells him like, no, don't spare him, and I'll give you the stone, which is exactly what he said he wouldn't do earlier in the movie. And he told him, look, man, no tricks. And he made the stone appear. He used that the time stone, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. He used that stone, and then after that, everybody was pretty beat up and stuff. So then after that, that's when he vanished, and then he went, to Wakanda.
Right, my bad. So yeah, that's when he showed up in Wakanda. He activated his game genie, just started destroying everybody, started doing all these special abilities. Literally, like every Avenger jumped at him one by one, just slapped him to the left, slapped him to the right. You're nothing. You're nothing. You're nothing. Made everybody look like a bitch. And then that's when he pulls up on Vision. Well, no, my bad. Scarlet
Witch was in the process of trying to take the stone from him.
This scene was so whack to me. Yeah, so Scarlet Witch is talking to the Vision, and the Vision's like, "Look, you're gonna have to kill me. It is what it is. Go find a new boo." I can't. I'm like, this is one of the things. Like, I don't care how loyal of a woman you are or a man you are. If the universe is on the line, look, brother, you'll find love in another 5 years. Okay, just kill the man. Okay.
Oh, no,
I can't. I love you. Love ain't that damn powerful when the universe on the line. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I mean, J. Cole said it best. The powerfulest drug of all is love. We saw that. You saw what happened.
We know. We see what love do to you, so we already know how powerful it is.
Spoken like a true Lothario.
Anyway, so
I sure think you're swell.
So since Bitch doesn't want to go ahead and finish the review, I will go ahead and do it. I'm taking this over. Y'all can focus on me. All right. So afterwards, Thanos comes through, punches Captain America in the face like it's nothing. Everybody can't stop him. Scarlet Witch is like, "I love you." No, I can't do it. But then she destroys Vision, and we think, okay, the last stone is gone. Psych. Thanos said, "Nah, I got that time stone. I'm about to kill your nigga again." Reflips time, comes back, takes the stone from this dude and rips it out of his face and his forehead, and then you see his lifeless body. That sucks. He's the only person that died twice in the same movie. I mean, Loki only died once and then died again this time, but that's pretty drastic, fam. And after that, here comes Thor, and then I'll let TBH handle it. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, so yeah, kills old boy. Thor comes out the cut. Oh, wait a minute! And he throws his big axe. It hits Thanos in the chest. It does stun him, and
there's more than that at first. I thought
he's on his knees. I think he was playing coy. I think he was playing dumb. He gets on his knees, and he. What's the name? What did I say? Kratos. What did Thor say? I think Thor was like, "You a bitch" or some shit like that.
Nah, he said you should have went for the head.
Well, that's what I heard in my head. I heard, yeah, you a bitch. And then what's the name? Thanos was like, "Yo, yeah, you should have went for the head." He grabs the axe, pulls it out, beats Thor's ass too.
No, he didn't do that. What are you talking about?
Hold on, you didn't let me finish the sentence. He beats Thor's ass by closing his fist and then activating all the goddamn
This motherfucker to go back and correct it.
Nah, bro. Yo, you sure you ain't Thanos? You trying to use that reality stone?
Nice. And the reality stone at the same time.
That boy said, "Hold on, whoa, let me finish."
I'm nice.
He snaps his fingers. After he snaps his fingers, Thanos goes away, and then everyone's like, "What happens?" And like you can just hear like the emptiness of the earth and everything, and then literally the bodies hit the floor, and then you start seeing everybody die off, including like obviously like not just people on Earth but other people. Let's just
do a checklist.
I already got it. So Bucky's the first one to die. He says
they just wither away. That's how they.
Technically, Vision.
No. That's
Vision was already dead.
Vision was already dead twice because of the time stone. So he got killed twice. First person to go after the snap of the finger was Bucky. He says Steve, and they're like, what's going on? Then they played the Falcon, Sam. They played him because War Machine was actually looking for him, and he just withers away like his character doesn't matter.
What is your obsession with the Falcon boy?
I'm just going down a list. That's the order. And then T'Challa.
No, because you said they played the Falcon. I'm saying, like, you really love the Falcon. You really love that bird wings.
His real name is Clarence.
You really love them chicken wings, but go ahead. Chicken wings with pistols, but go ahead.
All right, then, then T'Challa, boy, T'Challa's
they just nutting up in the theater when they see
hold on. But before he actually disappeared, the way they disrespected that man when he clocked him upside the fucking head and his head hit the ground, like you felt that punch. You felt
that punch was brutal, bruh, brutal. And then they take away T'Challa, and it was just crazy because Koye was like, "Come on, we gotta go." He was like, "Oh, we gotta go," and they just took him out.
Yeah, the people in the theater was not happy about that. Like, oh, I'm saying, like, come on, y'all.
And you can't have Black Panther 2 without him.
There's gonna be a Black Panther 2, y'all. So I wouldn't think that much.
Then Wanda goes. So after seeing her boyfriend,
I was a little triggered by that one.
I didn't care. I'm gonna be real with you.
Wanda, who's Wanda?
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, that's her real name?
Yes.
She can go, bro. I don't make care about her.
So all right, so then you had Drax.
Boy, if y'all don't quit,
all right, you got a crush on Scarlet too.
Respect on Scarlet. I ain't got no crush on no damn actress, yo. Scarlet Witch is a god tier character, yo.
But the snap.
You just love the X-Men. That's all that is.
You got all the Infinity Stones, so that's why. So then after Wanda, Drax is the next way to go, and then Peter Quill, and then after Quill, and this one hurt, boy. This one hurt. My nigga Peter Parker, bruh. Oh my god, that hurt. That I had to hold back a thug tear for that because I was like, it happened in Tony Stark's arms, bro. Like that one was bad, and he was like, no, I don't want to go. Like I was like, bro, that got me. I
was sitting next to some white girls in the movie theater, and the whole time,
you could say there's some Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah, they kept saying, "Oh, Peter." I'm like, bro, Peter died like a bitch, bro. If I would have died in that shit, if I knew I was gonna wither away, I'd be like, I'm out. At least I don't gotta hear you niggas no more. That's what I would have said.
All right. Anyways, after Peter Parker goes, then Doctor Strange disappears, and I didn't expect that one. I was like, dang, they really lost like probably one of the most powerful people in Doctor Strange. Then you had Groot, Mantis, and then literally it ends, but it ends after you see Thanos in and this is what me and TBH were kind of arguing over. And Thanos is in this weird place, and I think it was Titan after he uses the Reality Stone to watch the sunrise or sunset. That's what he wanted to do, and he was like, I win, pretty much.
He didn't say that, but he had that smirk on his face like, y'all.
Right, exactly. And then afterwards, it goes through the cutscenes, and people got up again, and I'm like, bro.
Are you serious?
Yes. I was triggered.
Yeah, when I was there, I seen people leaving too, but I can say 80% of the theater didn't leave, but quite a few people did get up.
Nah, that triggers me still to this day when people get up.
It don't bother me because I'm gonna see what's going on.
All right,
I don't care what they do.
So then afterwards, after the cutscene, it goes to New York City, and then this is after the events that happened in Wakanda, and then it's Maria Hill and Nick Fury. And they're driving around New York City, and this is after Snap Your Fingers came on, and half of New York is gone. And then you see a helicopter go into a plane. Directly into a building, and then Maria Hill disappears. Nick Fury gets his beeper out, like, all right, I gotta go do something. Let's go. And then he gets killed, and he's like, motherfucker. And then
he didn't actually get to say it because he was gone right before he said it, but.
Can we just talk about how we haven't seen Nick Fury in several movies now, and it just so happens that he was just casually riding down New York City in an Uber. Like that's where you was at, bro, in New York.
Bro, yeah, he's been out in the open like the entire time. He wasn't in hiding. He wasn't.
No, he was not in the open.
If he was in the open, wasn't he the one that assembled the Avengers originally?
Yeah.
I could have swore he went into hiding after one of the movies.
No.
I don't remember him going into hiding. But
no, he didn't go into hiding. We saw him. I think the last time we saw him was the Age of Ultron.
Yeah, where the hell was he? The last
at the Age of Ultron. That's the last time we saw him, I believe.
Nah,
I don't think we saw him in Civil War.
No, he definitely wasn't in Civil War. Was he in Age of Ultron?
Yes, he was. I believe that's what it was. Like I think he was in Age of Ultron. That was the last one. But anyways, Samuel L. Jackson is dead, y'all. The brother's dead. He's gone. So
for now,
that was it.
But no. And then
he drops the beeper.
What did he do? He had to make the call.
Captain Marvel.
And then when you seen the logo on it, a lot of people didn't know who that was. You know, when they seen that logo, it was actually a lady sitting next to me that was like, "Who is that he called?" Like, it's Captain Marvel. She's like, "Oh, okay." She was just like, basically like, "I don't even know who the fuck that is," but okay. But yeah, he made the call, and you know, Captain Marvel sign popped up. It showed that it went through and everything, and the thing was right there in his location. So it's gonna be another movie, and Captain Marvel is gonna come and save the day, y'all.
I think it was funny too that he used like a beeper to like contact her, because it's been rumored that the Captain Marvel movie is gonna be a prequel that takes place in the 90s. So maybe that was the only way he could contact her, through a beeper.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. I had two reactions to this ending. I was like, Captain Marvel, that's cool. I honestly don't know much about her. I would have went batshit crazy if he hit that sign and then it cuts down and you see he called the X-Men. I would have went batshit crazy if that was the X-Men.
I would have been like, yo.
Yeah, so I had that reaction. I was like, damn, I wish it was the X-Men. And then I had another reaction. I was like, yo, it would be the funniest shit if this man dropped the beeper and then you see he called Hawkeye. Yo, Hawkeye, come save the day, bro. That shit would have been funny.
No, Hawkeye wasn't even in the movie.
He wasn't even in, but that's exactly what made it so funny. He wasn't in the movie. Yo, Hawkeye's the only one who can stop Thanos. Yo, Hawkeye for president. Let's go.
He's supposed to come back the next movie.
Yo, Hawkeye a bitch. Anyways, but yeah, Hawkeye for president, bro. It would have been funny if they called him. Were y'all satisfied though with this end credit scene?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great movie. Made me feel some type of way emotionally. I know people are coming back, obviously, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. They took my nigga Peter away, fam. That shit hurt.
I think they're gonna give Captain Marvel the T'Challa treatment the way he got in Captain America: Civil War. They're gonna give her in the next movie. She's gonna appear and she's gonna play some type of role that helps lead her into her own little solo film, I think. And then also at the end when everybody was disappearing, I mean, we all know they're not dead because, I mean, there's already been a confirmed Black Panther sequel. There's been a confirmed Spidey sequel. We know they're coming back somehow. We just don't know.
Some of them are, not all of them. Some of them actually will die. Some of them will actually die.
Is this confirmed?
It's not confirmed or not. I mean, you still got these contracts and everything. But honestly, fam, Iron Man or Captain America, one of them niggas got to go. Cap will die,
for real. And then
Iron also to death like 3 times already. Cap got to go. Hold on.
So also too, there's no real confirmation.
What do y'all have against Captain America?
No, nothing. It's just Captain.
Fuck that Boy Scout, bro. That man is the ultimate Boy Scout. He's an Eagle. He's an Eagle Scout on another level. But what's the name? What was I about to say? Fucking in the next movie, you made me lose my damn train of thought. It was something important. Did they confirm that they're actually dead? Because me and Jenny were talking and she was like, well, what if, because he could control reality and he could teleport people, what if he just sent them to like another dimension or a realm or something?
No.
And that's their excuse for bringing them back. I'm saying, because we were thinking about how they could bring them back. Like they didn't actually die. They got sent to like another realm or something.
The only way
how they would get brought back, somebody's gonna get the gauntlet from them.
Because remember, we learned in Thor that there are all different. There's like Asgard, Midgard, fucking Atlantis.
Different realms.
Yeah, there's like all these different realms. Same thing in God of War. So like there must be some truth to it.
Nah, fam. It's just that all right. So they can either come back some way with like, because now Wong is now is protecting the New York City Phantom where Doctor Strange was. So I mean, maybe there's some type of spell even without the time stone that they can bring back time in some type of way, shape, or form, because Thanos said he was killing off 50% of the universe, and that's what he did at a snap of his finger. Half the universe was gone. So the only way they can bring him back is either something within time, or they do like some type of alternate universe. And y'all gotta remember, the title for the next movie can't be released because it's a spoiler. It's a spoiler.
I thought it was going to be called Part 2.
No, there's something. Is the actual different title?
Oh.
They never give it a number sequel. It's always a title.
There's a title, and they can't put the title out of the movie because it's a spoiler. It's gonna spoil. And then obviously this movie's gonna be around Thanos again.
I mean, the title doesn't necessarily spoil.
No, they said it
because
specifically.
that's
why they didn't release it.
That's stupid. They need to come up with a better title, because I was gonna say a good example would be Star Wars: The Last Jedi. That turned out not to be what we thought it was gonna be.
Spoiler alert.
Man, if you ain't seen that movie already by now, whatever. So yeah, I was gonna say maybe they got sent to another realm, but y'all are saying no.
Nah, I don't think though, fam. He said that he was getting rid of 50% of 50%.
I'm trying to figure out, did he pick what that 50% was?
No,
or
it was
the Stones
random.
just
It was
randomly did
It was
it?
random.
Okay. Yeah, because I found it interesting, because remember, like somewhere in the middle of the movie, Tony was like, this whole Thanos thing is my nightmare coming to life, and I found it interesting that he killed everybody around Tony but left Tony. And like, I thought he purposely left Tony to just fuck with him and leave him in his nightmare, basically.
I mean, it's a theory, but no, because Tony's all by himself.
Yeah.
How is he getting back to Earth, fam?
No, his whole suit, his suit wasn't completely destroyed.
The majority part of it.
Remember at the end when Nick Fury was like, he was trying to get in touch with him, there's still no word on him.
Yep, exactly.
I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Let me find out if he died from his wounds because he couldn't get back.
I don't think. I think. Why would you just write him off like that? If he was gonna die, he would have died in the movie.
Should have died.
That's why I like this. That's why I like this ending. Like, it was a cliffhanger, but at the same time, like, it didn't make me mad. It was a cliffhanger. Like, that man was just sitting there like, I win.
I honestly didn't expect that ending though.
It was a refreshing ending. He was sitting there like, I'm the shit.
Who would have knew it was gonna be a bad ending? You know, like, because that's technically a bad ending.
That's a terrible ending, fam.
That's the equivalent of a bad ending.
Right.
Seriously, like,
I
was sitting there puzzled, like, that's it.
No, because it was 2 parts, and of course in the comic books he kills like half the damn Marvel universe. I knew there was going to be some losses, but I thought maybe the way it was going to end is
Michael B. Jordan coming back?
No, some people some people die.
He'll turn into Creed.
Some people die, but they end up in one of their like Avengers bases. They're like licking their wounds, and they find a weakness, and they're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, and then it cuts. All right, we'll see you in part 2. It was no sense. They didn't give no sense of hope, and I actually liked that. That was fire.
And they ended on a like dark toned music and everything like that. I'm just like, bruh, I'm shaking. I'm like,
it was. I'm telling you, I'm in the theater. Like, people are legit in there. Like, what?
Yeah, I legit heard. I heard several. And I was like, what? That shit was crazy. Like, they took a risk.
I'm sitting there like, whoa.
I said something like Samuel L. Jackson. I'm not gonna lie. I said, bruh. They really took this man away.
They gonna pump this Captain Marvel though, something serious, man.
They got to.
They taking risk. My thing is though, like, I feel like this was so good, especially like the last act. It's like, where do you go from here?
Bruh,
after part 2, after part 2, I mean,
yeah,
they do a follow up to this. You do a follow up to this. It's got to be some. I mean, they bring everybody back. It's still gonna have to be some type of casualty. There's gonna have to be some losses.
Yeah, that's what I said. Some people actually.
I was defending it, but I'm almost certain Captain America is definitely gonna be one, if not the biggest loss, coming up in the next one, whatever they do. So I don't know. It was definitely an interesting ending, and already looking forward to what they're gonna do to follow up what they just did, because that ending, was crazy.
Bro, I gotta go to Wakanda now. They're calling me.
Next flight.
T'Challa is gone. So, and if Michael B. Jordan didn't tell everybody to burn that shit, we gotta need another King of Wakanda. So I gotta go to Wakanda, y'all. I'm about to be in the next part of the movie. I already started filming.
All right, well,
that's how I'm growing my hair.
We've been talking forever. I'm tired of talking. So let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Ace, what you give the movie out of 10?
Boy, I'm gonna give it a 9.5, man. I am going to give it a 9.5. I was in there the entire time. They had me. I didn't get lost. I was focused. There was nothing that bored me during the entire movie. It brought out a lot of emotions, and you were laughing at one point, but then you were nervous because you're like, "Oh, bro, what's going on?" Then you got sad because you saw so many people die, and emotions were everywhere. And like, it's so hard for me to be able to truly get invested emotionally and physically into a movie. And Infinity War was dope, and Marvel does it again. Like, the past 2 Marvel movies literally had me sitting in my car for 10-15 minutes like, what happened? Where do we go from here? So 9.5 for me.
All right. What you give it? What you get a score, Flop?
Before I give it a score, I'll just say this real quick. It was the reason why I'm not gonna give it nearly as high a score as Ace is because there was some combinations, like it was so many people, and I know it's hard to get everybody on screen at the same time, but there was some combinations that they could have really done some stuff with to make the movie a little better. One, like I mentioned earlier, was with Tony Stark and Shuri. I think that could have been, some stuff like as far as like from a technology standpoint on how to, kind of battle Thanos. Another one would be Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch, because I think them two together would have been damn near enough to beat Thanos, just by the things that they both can do, and pairing those two dynamics together would have definitely been something. Also, not having Hulk in there longer than 3 minutes was kind of like, what was the point? You know what I mean? But I guess they doing that to build something else up. So it was just like from that, and then like the ending, I understand it, but at the same time, I think it could have been done a little bit differently. And then on top of it, I don't want to say I don't like, but I didn't understand, like it's almost to the point where they was trying to make you kind of sympathize with Thanos certain points in the movie. I don't know if y'all
with him and Gamora.
Yeah, with the genocide and the no,
Yeah,
he's talking about feeding people and stuff like that, the genocide shit.
Yeah, they were trying to make you sympathize when it was like, bruh, I wasn't. I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really feeling that. But for the most part, it was a good movie. Like I said earlier, though, it was just trying to fit 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. It was just too much. You know what I'm saying? Too much going on, trying to get everybody. I know they were trying, man. So I'm not gonna knock them for that. They were trying to get everybody their place. I mean, like TVA brought up before, like with the whole Star-Lord coming in. You know what I'm saying? He outsparred Tony Stark and Spider-Man. Come on, fam. This dude. Come on, man. That's never gonna happen. But you gave it a 9.5. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it like an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. 8 out of 10.
Okay. What's the name? I actually agree with you. Like, they were trying really hard to make you sympathize with Thanos, and like my thing is, like, if you feel like the population is too big, and there's not enough food, I don't know, raise more crops. Like, why you got to kill everybody? Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like there's better options out here than just killing everybody. So yeah, like his reasoning for what he was doing was kind of weird to me. In the middle, like I said, the whole Thor scene with the hammer, I felt like that shit was dragging on a little bit too long. Like, the middle just kind of got a little bit slow to me. And then also, like I said before we even started recording, in the movie, in the trailers, they keep showing the scene where Hulk was running with them in Wakanda and fighting. Hulk was never in the movie except for the first 5 minutes. He was never in Wakanda. So where was that scene in the movie? That was false advertisement.
Clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait, false advertisement, for those of you who didn't catch that. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 9.2 just because I don't want to agree with Ace. But yeah, I don't want to give it a 9. I don't want to get I don't. No, I'm gonna take that back. It's not because I don't want to agree with you. I don't want to give it a 9.5 because, like I said, I feel like some of the middle scenes dragged on just a little bit too long. And they could explain some things a little bit better. But this is man, I keep having to reshuffle top 5 like Marvel movies, man. This is up there. I thought it was really good.
That sounds like a GI5 video coming up real soon, y'all. That's what we need to do. We need to do that now, because we kept pushing it back. First we said we'll wait till after Black Panther. Then we say, we'll wait till after Infinity War. Now Infinity War is out. We got to do this.
Okay.
So y'all be on the lookout for that next GI5. That's gonna be the next one we all do.
So how can they participate in that video? You want to let them know, TBH?
Yeah, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/GI updates. We have all different type of rewards in line for those of you who choose to financially support us, including free game giveaways. You can be in videos like this. We actually pinged the people in the Discord, hey, who want to be in the video? Nobody saw the movie yet, so we just kind of wanted to get this out there because we trying to get them views. If you did enjoy the video, oh, by the way, like I said, remind you, it's patreon.com/GI updates. There will be a link in the description box below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, leave a comment in the comment section below if you've seen the movie, on what you thought about it. Other than that, you guys got any last words?
Nope, we can wrap this up. Let's go.
Right. I would like to end this video by saying, if your coochie itch, bitch, use cortisone 10. All right, have a nice night.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh my god.
I hate this man.